This guy's so
with
nervous.
Mayor Pro Tem Ellen Cohen. We have Acting Police Chief Martha Montalvo, Dr. David Pearce, Houston's Medical Director, Assistant Chief Matt Slinkard, Homeland Security Command, Executive Assistant Chief George Bunick, Strategic Operations Command, Gary Orchowski, Acting Special Agent in charge of the ATF, Mark Webster, Assistant Special Agent in charge, FBI Special Operations, Captain Dwayne Reddy, HPD Homicide, Perry Turner, Special Agent in charge, FBI Houston, the Bel Air Police Chief, Byron Holloway, and Ken Walker, the West University Police Chief. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Pro Tem Ellen Cohen.
So, already a crap ton of departments here, and did anybody even get killed? Homicide, there's all those homicide, blah, blah, blah. Nobody even died. Like, isn't Chicago, like, there's like mass murders going on in Chicago right now. Not even getting covered. And we have this press conference. We have ATF. We have FBI. All these lead investigators down there investigating a shooting where what happened? 9 people got grazed? Or what? What exactly happened?
So there were a total of 9 people who had injuries. 3 of them, and I'll start with the least critical and move my web. So 3 of them felt that they had got something in their eye that they were.
Okay, so so we have 3 people thinking they had gotten something in their eye. Did he just say that? She's like grabbing her glasses because like this is kind of like they knew this was going to be like a tense situation at the thing. Like people are like, what? Like people got something in their eye? Like I thought you said 9 people got injured. Like I get stuff in my eye at work. Like does the ATF need to come down and investigate? Like, you can't be serious with this shit. I'm literally like I'm getting more and more mad about these scenarios because there were 9 injuries. You're gonna hear him say basically 7 of the injuries were minor.
A total of 9 people who had injuries. 3 of them, and I'll start with the least critical and move my web. So 3 of them felt that they had got something in their eye, but they were not shot. They were treated and released at scene and either went to their own doctors or went to a hospital on their own. So there were a total of 9 people who had injuries. 3 of them, and I'll start with the least critical and move my web. So 3 of them felt that they had got something in their eye, but they were not shot. They were treated and released
at scene and
either went to their own doctors or went to a hospital on their own.
So 3 people like got some Visine at CVS and fixed their eye. All right. What about some of the other injuries?
3 were transported to Memorial Hermann Southwest. They have all been treated, released, discharged home, and they're in good condition.
Okay, so those people maybe scuffed the knee or were a little shook, and they were treated in their home. Okay.
There are 2 that remain admitted to Memorial Hermann to the Red Duke Trauma Center. 1 is in critical condition. 1 is in good condition. And there is 1 patient who was transported to Ben Taub Hospital who remains in serious condition at this time. But as the council member pointed out, we have high hopes that all those folks are going to survive their injuries.
So all 3 of them are going to survive their injuries, which they said they were going to talk about their injuries. They really haven't mentioned 1 single injury. They said the status of the 3 last people, which I'm claiming bullshit on anyway. I don't really think anybody's in the hospital. I don't think anything happened. I think they blocked off a street and popped off a few rounds, 100 or so, and then, designed a little event. It's not hard to fucking do, especially when they're closing off streets.
You talking about what those injuries?
So he was getting ready to leave, and they're like, all right, we said all the injuries, like, hopefully nobody asked. This lady's like, shit, they're asking about the injuries. They know what they're doing here. They just want to slip this out here quick and leave. But there's maybe some smart journalists that are scrutinizing this event. and they want to know what are the injuries. She's like, she just looks like wicked sketched out. So does she. Like, this was the main, that them telling the injuries was like the main brunt of, like, the weirdest part of this whole thing, because nobody got hurt. So obviously them faking them telling about the injuries was going to be the hardest thing.
Went to a hospital on their own. 3 were transported to Memorial Hermann Southwest. They have all been treated, released, discharged home, and they're in good condition. There are 2 that remain admitted to Memorial Hermann to the Red Duke Trauma Center. 1 is in critical condition. 1 is in good condition. And there is 1 patient who was transported to Ben Taub Hospital who remains in serious condition at this time. But as the council member pointed out, we have high hopes that all those folks are going to survive their injuries.
Can you talk about what those injuries are more?
HIPAA laws don't let me do that, sorry.
Is he a concealed handgun? Did he have his license?
It's my understanding from ATF.
Okay, so they just like squeaked away there.